In this section, we'll talk about break-even points. We will use the same example in the slides, the Sailboat Corporation. But note here in the Excel, we will include the tax rate. We will include the tax in the calculations. The results will be a little different from the slides. Let's look at this example. First of all, we need to calculate the income statement. The sales for this project will be the units sold times the price. Variable cost will be the units times the variable cost per unit. Fixed cost is equal to 500,000. Depreciation is the straight line depreciation where we use the N function, include the cost and the project life. Okay. I show the formula here. The EBT will be sales minus the sum of all the cost. Tax payment will be the EBT times tax rate, 21%. Net income will be the EBT minus tax payment. This is the income statement for this project. The operating cash flow should be the net income plus the depreciation. And we have this operating cash flow for this project each year. Based on the operating cash flow, we can calculate the NPV. Remember, we used the PV function. We treat the operating cash flow each year as payment since they are the same cash flow every year, right? Discount rate, we should use the report return, 20%. Project life is 5 years. The payment will be the operating cash flow we just calculated. And we also need to include the initial investment, 3,500,000. The NPV for this project is negative based on the current conditions. Next, based on the income statement, we need to calculate the break-even point. We discussed the 3 types of break-even points in class. In Excel, one way to calculate it, we can use data what-if analysis. There is a goal seeker. Goal seeker is a very quick and easy function in Excel. If you set your objective cell and the value, select the changing cells, it will reflect the results immediately. Example, to get the accounting break-even, which is net income equal to 0. Net income C25 equal to 0. That's the accounting break-even. The changing cell we want to see is the units sold. It's the C9. We want to see at which level of sales we can reach a 0 net income. If we click, the Excel will immediately calculate it and give us the units sold is 60. When units sold reach 60, we have a 0 net income. We can go back and restore our original value. That's the goal seek function. The other one we have talked about the solver function. The good thing about the solver is that we can generate the result without changing the original value of our worksheet. We click solver, our objective is 25, and we want to see at which level of C9 the net income, the C25 will be 0. We can restore the original value and we click answer, click OK. We can find the answer report in the Excel, show us when the variable cell unit sold is 60, we have the net income equal to 0. That's the accounting break-even. That's 2 ways we can find the break-even point. Next, we'll continue to look at the cash break-even. We'll continue to use solver. We said the objective is D29. Change in value is due C. We remove the constraints. We click solve. We restore original values, click answer, click OK. We can have our report for cash break-even. The cash break-even, when the units sold reach 15.7, we have the operating cash flow equal to 0. We can rename the answer here. This is the cash break-even. This is the accounting break-even. Let's continue to see the financial, which we set objective is equal to NPV, D33 equal to 0. The same change in variable cell, and we click solve, restore original values, click answer, click OK. When the unit sold reached to 89.7, we have the financial break-even point, make the NPV equal to 0. This is the financial break-even point. Next, we'll look at the sensitivity of operating cash flow to the unit sold. Like we did before, we will do the data table function. First, we'll link the operating cash flow to the original formula D29. That's our original operating cash flow formula. And then we select the two columns. We go to data, what if analysis, data table. The column input cell in this analysis should be the unit sold, 85, C9. That's our column input cell in this sensitivity analysis. After we click OK, here is our sensitivity analysis. It's also reflected in this graph. This graph shows us the relation between operating cash flow and the units sold here. At different points, for example, the cash flow break-even is where the operating cash flow equal to 0. Accounting break-even is where we can get the net income equal to 0. Financial break-even is the point we'll have the NPV equal to 0. If we compare the numbers from the slides or the textbook, we can see the accounting break-even here is the same. Accounting break-even here is the same because when the net income equal to 0, the tax is also equal to 0. But for the cash and financial break-even, this is a little bit different. For the future calculation in the homework or in the exam, we still follow the formula in the slides to calculate the different break-even here.